Hey guys, James here from Grand Solar Minimum. This week we're looking at wind turbines, Grand Solar Minimum versus global warming, and some cosmic ray tests being done. And of course a bit of bad weather in Canada. So let's crack on. England, we're a huge fan of wind turbines. Even on the Suffolk coast I'm surrounded by them. So I thought I'd do a bit of research and just work out how valid this actually is for myself rather than what the newspapers tell me. Now if you look around, all of the industry standard is these wind turbines should last 20 to 25 years. Now that at first was not great news. That we knowingly are building things that are only going to last 25 years, which means after 25 years they know they'll have to replace them. Which means we'll have to start building them twice as fast to make any gains on our national grid. Do you get that? So when I then started to look at this even further and then realised that actually 25 years is a bit of a stretch. And after 15 years their efficiency really does become pretty bad. In fact, after the first 12 months their efficiency drops. And not only that, it also matters at how big they are and how grouped they are, because they cause turbulence on each other. All of this sounds pretty bad. When I look out to my coast, see huge fields of wind turbines on the sea, surrounded by each other. And do you not understand that in so many years you're going to get to a point where you have to build two for every one? And not only that, you'll have the cost of decommissioning as well as the cost of having to build two. And if you look in America here, they're saying it's going to have to cost $532,000 to decommission a wind turbine. And they're just about to get to the point where they have to start decommissioning. So how can this be greener, guys, if you're constantly building, constantly taking resources up, constantly having to decommission all the labour cost? Are we doing this to keep people in work and to have jobs, or are we doing this because we're bored? I don't understand. It's not green by any stretch of the imagination, and it kills birds just as bad as oil, so it's not as great for the animals either. So I don't get how we ended up here, where everyone swears by these things, but actually they're pretty shit. Okay, Grand Solar Minimum versus global warming. When I started my journey, this was a constant argument I'd find. Yes, we've got a Grand Solar Minimum coming. Yes, they happen often. Yes, it's going to happen again, but it's fine because man-made global warming has risen the temperature enough, so it's not going to be an issue. We haven't risen the temperature enough. It is going to be an issue because we haven't risen the temperature at all. CO2 don't warm the planet, so remove it. That's how I keep getting drawn into this, because I want to talk about the Grand Solar Minimum. I want to talk about solar cycles. I want to talk about cosmic rays. But all that happens is they're like, no, it's not fine because global warming solved it, so we're not going to get cold. So none of that matters. Well, it does. And if you look here, so even CERN has started to say we need to have a proper look at this because they're running experiments on cosmic rays, guys. They're finally going to check to see if it's actually got valid, tangible evidence of cosmic rays creating clouds. So I'm excited. Hopefully around November we might get some information. Or we might get some bullshit. I'm hoping they're taking it as an opportunity to sort of rebalance the books, say we didn't know this, we've just learnt it, and we'll go from there. So let's find out what happens. Because it's not just the cosmic rays that are doing this with the clouds, it's also cosmic rays doing it to the ground. And you look here, people have studied volcanoes and earthquakes and found a very, very strong correlation. And like I say, it's hard to test these things because they happened 400 years ago. We didn't have the records and people were starving. They didn't think about writing this stuff down so we could read it later as a warning. So please, open your eyes, read some research, look at some science, understand it. Just don't believe what you're told. State of emergency declared in Canada. Oh dear. Small snow dumps. We've got rain dumps in England right now, but in Canada they've had huge snow dumps. And if you look at the numbers, percentages in the hundreds of percent above what they would normally expect. So yeah, have a look at the article. Fantastic little read. Nice little pictures of people covered in snow. And more pictures of crops decimated by bad weather. Awesome. Right, so to round up, wind turbines ain't going to do you no favours anytime soon. In fact, they're going to start costing us a huge amount of money just to deal with them. And if we did nothing, even built any more, it's still going to cost us millions just getting rid of the buggers. Yay. Global warming has not stopped the ice age, so think about that, do some reading. Cosmic rays are soon going to be shown to be creating clouds, and I'll be over the moon. And my Patreon is now live, and I'm really trying to get that up and running. So guys, if you want to support and you want to help me make these videos, because I'm doing them for you and I'm hoping that they're being received well, I really need help. Really I do. I'm losing my job at the end of the month. I'm a part-time working single dad. I don't know what more I can say. I'm in a bad situation. These videos sort of keep me together a bit. But if I lose my everything, I don't know what's going to happen. So if you want to help, please do. Thank you very much, guys. See you on the next one.